Hey guys, it is 10 in the morning. It's dark in my room. I got my shades drawn. I kind of just woke up. But I really want to make a video because I keep being like, I should make one. I'm like, I'll do it later. But I saw a video and I want to talk about it, so. My dad died 2 weeks ago. Most exactly. And I don't know what. I don't know. It's strange because he's always been sick my whole life. He was sick and he died from his sickness. And he died very peacefully. He was in the ICU for a month. And he passed in his sleep. And I was there next to him. And everybody knew what was happening. And he was good. And he was a great man. He is a great man, you know. And we're all Messianic Jewish people. So I'm not really concerned. Like, I know I'll see him again. And so it's very strange. The grieving process has been very weird. Very, very weird. Because again, he's been sick my whole life. He has been very, very sick. And when he passed, all of his organs were shutting down or in active failure. That's what happens with the kind of sickness that he had. And I have spent so long being that man's caretaker. And it wasn't just medical, it was before that. For as long as I can remember. I did the cooking and the cleaning around the house because he wasn't well enough to walk around and do it. Physically just not able to do something like that. And I was so used to doing that for someone else. I remember doing that before I was 16. I was cooking meals and cleaning. And then, when I turned like 20, I went off to college and I got 1 semester of college down officially. And then I moved back home because my dad's health was so bad that he needed a medical caretaker. And that's what I did for the last 4 years. In the last year and a half, he was actively dying. He was bedbound and his organs were failing. And I dedicated 100% of my life to him. Because he needed around-the-clock care. Since last October, I did not leave the house for anything that was not getting food. Like going to the grocery store. Or, maybe once every other month, I would meet up with someone for less than 2 hours because I knew I had to be back to help him. And now he's gone. And it's very strange. Because he was always home. He wasn't well enough to leave. And now he's not home. it's strange because I know where he is. I know where he is. I know he's in heaven. I know for a fact he's in heaven. I have no faith crisis about that. He was the most devoted man that you would have ever met. The situations in his life and his wisdom and understanding of things. Oh my gosh. That's what would bring a tear to your eye. And so I have no doubt about where he is. But he's never been in a place where we couldn't communicate. Even when I was in college. We were on the call, on the phone, every day. So now he's somewhere we can't communicate. And I've come to the gripping realization that I don't know what to do. Except I know that I've got to make it work. And it's less scary than you think it is when you're faced with something like that. Because there's no other option than making it work. I physically do not, can you see my broken fan? Don't judge me for that. I know that it's going to work out. There's no doubt in my mind about that, okay? I know 6 months from now, I'll have stuff figured out. I know a month and a half from now, I'll have things figured out. I'll have the temporary things figured out. All of his death will be settled. All of his house will be settled. All of his affairs will be settled. And then I'll just be able to do whatever I want. But for so long, I was just whatever he needed. That now I'm whatever I want. Whatever I want. Me. Crazy kind of stuff. Because what do I want? I've lived so long just taking care of him. That what do I do? What do I do? I know what I want to do, right? Okay, there are things I need and there are things I want, right? I need to get a job. But that job can be anything I want. And I know that there are good opportunities with me because I have friends. And my friends are some of the most amazing people that you've ever met. So it's not like I'm losing a support system. Well, kind of. I mean, this man and my sister, who's still alive, are the only two people that I know, whatever I do, they'll be there for me. And so to lose one of them, even for the short time of the rest of my living life, is atrocious. But I've got my support system. And they're literally always right here. If I needed either one of them, or either one of them, all three of them, four of them, I know if I needed one of them, I could just call them at any time of the day and I go, I need you. And they would be there. So I'm set up. Now, I've just got to do something. And there are a list of things that I want to do. But I don't get to ask my dad how to start them. And when he was alive, I was so sure with every particle of my being that he would be here for so long. I mean, he was sick and he was dying, but that man had life. Every part of him was alive, his personality, his being. It's just that his body died. And so I can't be sad, because I know every part of him is still alive, and now he's up there, and he's got a body that works, and he's got his daughter to take care of, and so I'm not upset at him. But when he was alive, I never asked for any of that wisdom, pardon me, about how to do the stuff I want to do, for two reasons mainly. The first one, if I genuinely had a question about something, he was still raising me as his child. So when I had a question, I would ask him, and he would go, "Okay, Malia, what do you think you need to do?" Well, I was asking you because I don't want to think about what to do. Well, I didn't raise you to be uber dependent on someone else. What do you think you need to do? And then I would say what I need to do, and he'd go, "Well, why are you asking me if you know what you need to do?" And you know what? Very valid, very fair. I'm an incredibly smart and intelligent person. Thank you, Dad. And the second reason I didn't really ask him was because he couldn't talk at the end. So even if I had questions that I wanted to know the answer to, he wasn't really able to communicate them. He couldn't type, he couldn't talk, he couldn't move his hands, and he couldn't breathe. His lungs weren't working. So now I have to figure everything out myself. And before I did, but it was like I messed up. Or if I really didn't know, I could always ask him, because he was always right there. And now he's so far away. And now I have to figure out what I want to do. And what I want to do is I want to go to school, and I want to become a scientist. I want to study earth science. Either geology or marine biology. For two very different reasons. But biology, because it's really geology. Because it's really cool. And I have a great fascination for it. And I think it's a cool thing to study and to understand more. And the second one, marine biology, because it's absolutely terrifying. I don't want to swim with any of these creatures. I don't want to live for the aesthetic. I don't really want to touch most of them. I just want to know about them because they are so cool and scary, and that world is so opposite our own. It is crazy that we live on the same world as that. Have you marine biology is so fascinating. It is so interesting. Just the diversity between the oceans and the rivers, saltwater and freshwater, it in and of itself is entirely two different worlds. That's not even compared to our reality. Like the land reality it's entirely different, and it is so fascinating. And for so long I was like, no, I can't be a scientist of any kind because I'm too stupid. I'm too stupid. That's why you learn, you doofus. And I was sitting in my father's hospital room, and I was looking at him, I was helping him out, because I still helped him out while he was in the ICU. medical caretakers stay with the person that they're taking care of in the hospital. So I was still there and I was still helping him until the day he passed. And I was like, man, I need to stop. Like, I have his expectations to live up to, because when we meet again in heaven and I get to say what I did, I want it to be everything he wanted from me. That man wants so much for me. I mean, one of my greatest achievements and expectations to live up to, he would tell me in an encouraging way, in a loving and wonderful way, that when I was younger, he would look at me and be so scared of what I could do in the future, because I had the kind of confidence that was going to literally change the world. The world was going to have to change around me. And I get to live up to that. And there are two different ways that the world changes around you, either negatively or positively. And why in the world would I spend my life with someone with that ability and just go, oh no, I can't do that. I can't do I can't do it. So dramatic. I can't do that. I can't do this. I'm too dumb. Oh my gosh, grow up. What are you, 16? And in a moody, depressing room listening to angsty music? You can't do anything. Shut up, lady. Oh my gosh. And so, now, anything I want, I can just do. And I think it's so fascinating to learn about that kind of stuff. And I think that would be a fascinating profession. Then I think about it and I'm like, do you really want to be a scientist as a profession, like as a work? Probably not. You're more of a humanities person. You wanna help people be face to face and offer that aid, which is why you had no complaints doing it for your father for so long. You want to do that kind of thing. And then it's like, you write, actually. What should I do? It's like, well, what is the only other thing you care about? God. So what does that leave you to do? I don't know. And at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter what I want to do. You pray to God and you go, God, direct me to what I'm supposed to do. You have a life plan for me. And I know that if I follow you, I will achieve whatever it is that needs to be done. And it'll be hard, but I will achieve it. Because again, he has a plan for me. So all I can do is say, okay, well, I'm going to live my life trying to marry you, and everything will change around me, because that's what the Bible says. And so at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I want to do. I know what I need to do. But then all the little choices in between, now and then, those are the choices that I get to make every day. I wake up, what do I want to do? I don't know. Before, 2 weeks ago, I just got up and I helped my dad, and that was it. And now I have an entire day. And oh my gosh, is it so boring? Oh, just grieving is kind of so boring, because you can't do anything because everybody expects you to grieve. We already had a conversation with my mother where she was like, oh, you guys are not really grieving. And I was like, well, no, not the way you would understand it. What? Because she didn't know him. She wasn't a part of this situation for the last decade and a half. So, like, yeah. Girl, what are you talking about? And so there's, like, this appearance game you have to play, where instead of just being like, I know where he is and I'm not worried about it, he's right there. Like, I will see him again momentarily. I'm not gonna kill myself. I'm just like, my life is, the human years are like so quick. Like, we experience life so quickly especially the older we get, you know what I mean? So, like, and also he's, like, finally in a place where he can sing, and my dad loves singing, and he can talk, and my dad loved talking, and he can run, my dad loved running, and he can swim, my dad loved swimming, and none of those things he could do for the last 2 years. So why would I sit here and be angry and upset that my dad is finally in a place where he can literally live his life just because I don't get to experience him living that? What? What? Ooh, sorry, pardon me. Girl, you're not making no sense. But yeah, everything just kind of feels like an appearance game. It's like, man, I really gotta sit here and, you know, and like the first, like, little while, don't get me wrong, I was like, I don't know what to do when I feel sad. Makes sense, your dad just died. But now it's like, I don't know. It just feels kind of weird. You know what I would want to do? I would want to go see Project Hail Mary for the 5th time. I cannot keep throwing money at this movie. I just need to own it already. I want to see that movie so bad. The movie's so good. Anyway. Toodles.